Hello and welcome back to another stream. Big up anyone who's joined so far. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream straight away, as I'm sure you all do every single day. Bitcoin is pumping for this Friday stream. I do have my very good friend with me, Wiz, as well, making another appearance on the channel. So big up, Wiz. We'll introduce him in a second. We've got Florin in the chat, eager for another episode of Stonksy. And we got Steve-O saying, how do you two find Surge? It's going to be a great show. It is indeed. He's had a lovely fish and chip lunch. Now he's ready for a kip. Yeah, so am I. Feels like it's been a long week. Afternoon, Mike. How we doing? Greetings all. Hello, Dan. And we do have the Legend Gold Sniper in the chat as well. But Wiz, how are we doing, my friend?
I'm good, thanks, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, I'm super. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this episode today. It's going to be absolutely legendary, as was the past couple that you've been on, and we're getting a Bitcoin pump as well to go with it. So it's a win-win, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice bullish Friday. Plenty of green everywhere.
Yeah, and it's looking very nice, isn't it? Bitcoin it's just chugging away. Finally, it's doing its thing, and we are edging all the way back towards 100k. I wonder if we get a touch of 100k while we're on stream. That would be great to see. But yeah, I mean, you can't really complain, can you? We've had a really boring 2 weeks. If we go and have a look, really boring 2 weeks of price action, and we are looking like we are obviously breaking above that key 98 to 99k region, which should open the door obviously towards taking out this wick in particular here. But I think the main one I'd be looking at from here is towards 102k. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think that 100k barrier, if we can get through that, then we can potentially march up. But it's quite nice. It's approaching that level now though, where you're starting to. Is it potentially a short play for the open, or do we continue pumping?
Yeah, I mean, the good news for the market as well is that Sailor's got another potentially 2.3 billion to load in as well. Coming maybe over the weekend or early next week, unless this is him. But I don't think he would have got that quick. Maybe, I don't know. Obviously, they announced the terms of the notes yesterday, so they hadn't acquired any funds as of yesterday. Maybe this is him. Who knows? We'll have to see, won't we? But if it's not him, it's looking good, because obviously then he's going to take another 2.3 billion of asks away from the market, which will be fantastic. But yeah, overall we can't complain. Bitcoin's looking good, marching back towards 100k. Alts are getting a bit of relief as well. So overall, not a bad week in the market at all, especially for those of you that took the longs earlier in the week when we got the push down. Well done if you did that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, we've got some good discussion to make today. The title and obviously the thumbnail today is all-time high in March. I am in the opinion that we do make new highs in March. What sort of side do you sit on for that, Wiz?
I think we do hit an all-time high in March. I think February has been very much a consolidation and collect liquidity type of month. So yeah, I'm hoping March and hopefully into April we see some nice big green candles, and then nice cool off into the summer, and then we go again after everybody's summer holidays.
Yes, that would be ideal. I think. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping to sell, and then if everything goes to plan, maybe buy back in the summer. We'll see what happens anyway. It really goes to plan, but you never know. But yeah, I mean, Sol is looking good as well, back above 180 now as well. Sol's making a push back up. So for those of you that, this trade earlier in the week when we got back down to 160, well done, because, you made a nice little bit of profit there. If we look through the list, what is the best performing today on the list? It looks potentially like ENA is the best performing. That looks like it's having a good day today.
It's great to have some Stonksy as well.
Is it Athena?
Athena, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, going into the green hour before the pump. Very, very nice. Algo's having a good day, 5%. That's having a good reversal as well. I think this is one of them moves where Stonksy's probably caught most of it across the board.
ICP again, great
ICP
move
there as well. Another decent move. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Let me know in the chat what your altcoins are that you've been watching. Are your altcoins pumping? And do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe. But yes, Wiz. So where shall we start today? What we thinking?
I'll tell you one that I've seen over the last couple of days that I'm quite gutted I missed. Did you see one called Story, ticker IP?
I don't think so. No.
This thing has been on a.
Yes, someone got me to look at this yesterday on stream. Yeah,
that is it's cooled off a bit, but that is a mega candle.
Yeah, someone got me to pull this up on stream yesterday. Absolutely mental candle, that, isn't it? In the 1 hour, but obviously Stonksy nailed it from Monday onwards. But that's done. I mean, to the height, obviously, it did like a 4x in it in a matter of days, didn't it? But even that candle alone, was 130%. Let's go and have a look to see exactly what time frame that come in. So it was literally really started to curve up here, didn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5-minute candles, so 35 minutes, and it did 130%, 135%. Insane. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely insane stuff. I mean, what is this? Do you know anything about it, or is it just the fact that it's pumped?
I've not got a clue. I've just seen over the last few days it's been one of the best performing because it was on a list of stuff with what was the other one? Berachain. I know that's had a good couple of days. Yeah, it shows that we've got some bullish launches because I think both of these have recently launched, so they've we might be back into bullish launch territory rather than dumpy launch territory.
Hopefully that'll be good. I mean, memes are having a good day today as well, aren't they? You know, we've got FTX nearly 12%. This is one of the memes that I think is probably going to new highs out of obviously a whole large meme sector that we've got. I think that's probably one that will see new highs this year, definitely. And obviously we've got fart coins having a good time. Where's Peanut? Because obviously Peanut was one of them ones, isn't it? Yeah. Good move. Not obviously me and you were saying in the streams, wasn't we? He was down here. I didn't take it personally. I've not took along on this, but I was saying, you know, the risk reward was really good, and already it's had, you know, a decent move off the lows now. Yeah,
the one that I'm a bit annoyed I missed is Turbo, because that seems to be doing quite well now.
Yes, Turbo's the one that you've mentioned quite a few times, isn't it, as well?
And that's had a lovely run up.
That is going turbo time, isn't it?
Yeah. And then what have we got? Your favourite Moodeng on a nice tear.
Yeah, Moodeng's having a good go, isn't it? FWOG's having a good go. 22%. We've got Act as well. Is that another one? That's another one that you like in it with?
Yeah, I quite like that. I quite like that one. That one's 13% is quite nice. We're back into the days now of the double-digit green returns, which is that's had a nice little reversal.
Yeah, Whiff's had a good move as well. Decent move off the lows on Whiff. So yeah, overall looks like a good day for the market in general. Obviously still early in the day. Hopefully we don't get anything that shits all over it. But we'll obviously see what happens today. But yeah, overall, you know, memes are obviously doing well. Bitcoin's doing well. Altcoins doing well. So you can't really complain, can you?
No, absolutely not. This is what you want on a Friday. Congratulations to anyone that has any nice positions that are in profit.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got So we've got Dan saying BNX is on fire too. BNX. We've got Justin. How we doing, legend? Great to see it in the chat. He's saying he was looking at some info earlier. There's more than 11.7 million crypto tickers now. No wonder alts are so spewed. Yeah, that's it. The amount of launches on Pump Fun and stuff like that has been ridiculous, hasn't it? And really, when you see it, like, I think it's about, what is it? Is it like 0.01 or 0.1% of Pump Fun launches she got above 1 million?
Yeah, so it's crazy, isn't it?
Vast majority of them, the vast majority of them probably didn't even end up bonding, really.
No, can you imagine?
Still money.
Yeah, can you imagine how many SOL have been lost into burnt liquidity pools from those launch pads?
Yeah, insane. and then alongside the $500 million in SOL that Pump Funds actually made themselves as well. Unbelievable. Justice says, Clown Show, I'm with you, Dave. Next time, Bitcoin only. Yeah, I am now. And I know SMFC, obviously, in the chat saying, one day there's going to be more cryptocurrencies than humans. More than likely. But I know SMFC is not full. I don't think you're full Bitcoin maxi, are you? But I think you're majority Bitcoin maxi. Yeah, I am 100% with you. After this cycle, I am done with alts. I'll probably go to I'd imagine about a 95% split in Bitcoin. Obviously, leave some on the side to catch some nice moves on alts. But majority of my money is going into Bitcoin after this cycle for sure.
You say this, Dave. You say this, but at the end of the year, when we've got the 20x's and the 30x's, you might change your tune.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's just better rotation. I should have rotated better this cycle, I think. I've let myself down. I've let myself down, holding on to some for too long and not rotating. Which, again, rotation, you can sit in stables for a while and just await an opportunity, can't you? Catch a couple of X on an alt, get out, and then wait in stables again.
Yeah, I think that's what's caught quite a lot of people out this cycle is I don't think people expected this Bitcoin dominance to remain around as long as it has. And it seems that when people started selling their Bitcoin to rotate into alts, it was just gobbled up by the institutions and sent much higher.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I think I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think I mean, if you sat in Bitcoin from the start, from the lows to now, you've outperformed pretty much. Apart from a handful of alts, you've outperformed the whole market, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway. We've got Save with Crypto, legend in the chat. Afternoon, chaps. Why is Wiz 10x the volume of Dave? Must be magic. It must be magic. Yeah, you've got a very clear mic. What mic do you use?
I've got a pair of headphones in, believe it or not, under the beard and the long hair. So maybe they're quite sensitive, and the hair isn't buffering out the sound as much.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're loud and clear for me. You're loud and clear. So, I mean, to be fair, I am going to be moving over to like a proper mic. So, I don't know. Is my sound fine for everyone?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going full streamer, Dave. I like it.
Yeah, I've got a proper mic. It's there. I just need to set it up. We've got SMFC saying heavily Bitcoin weighted, but he's scaling out of everything. There we go. So SMFC is taking his money. He's done for the cycle and he's scaling out. Which, I know SMFC bought Bitcoin right down pretty much at the Pico lows around 16K. So, fantastic. Done what's that on? Is that like a 7x? It's around about a 7x on Bitcoin. It is, isn't it? Yeah. So, superb. But let's move over. I suppose we could look at stocks and that, but I think the main one that we obviously are interested in is this. Obviously, I pulled this back up from yesterday. Obviously, kindly sent me by Crypto Coffee Club, who sent me this yesterday on stream. Now, Wiz, what do you think of this? Do you think this has got any sort of run at, or do you think this is potentially just a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Begins with a C. Oh, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. I've completely forgot.
Conspiracy.
No, a coincidence.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Some of the stuff puzzled together, given, he's likely got the means, obviously the capabilities, and also there's the element of Satoshi where, certainly in his public wallets, he's never taken profit, and so I guess Jack Dorsey probably is in a position where he's never needed to take profit on Bitcoin, and what impact that's potentially had.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, there's definitely, obviously the information about, his younger years. But then, when we scroll through and what parts of it, I mean, this thing, obviously, that lines up with his birthday, his mum's birthday, and his dad's birthday, is that just pure coincidence, or has that got any legs? You could really say for both, couldn't you? It is a bit wild. But I suppose as well, they've just handpicked three different things, haven't they? There, but again, it does line up obviously with being tied to him. Then obviously this one sent Bitcoin to 4 addresses, including one that had JD in the middle. Again, just coincidence or what? I mean, this one's a bit wild, isn't it? He lived at 2 Mint Plaza and JD 2M. So again, is it just coincidence? I don't know. I think it's interesting in it because you can probably put ones like this together for quite a few people. You can put this together for a few people. I think, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. I mean, we'll never know probably because, even if he is, he's never going to
deny it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course he would. He's never going to say that it's him. So, but it's interesting. I mean, if you had to put, a name on someone being Satoshi, who would you say?
I think, being honest, I think Satoshi is probably a group, rather than an individual. It's hard to say. I mean, we've got some evidence in front, so it's hard to. I'm slightly biased in the fact I'm looking at that, but some of it feels logical that it's somebody like potentially Dorsey. However, it could well be someone that we've never heard of, who's never sort of really done anything in the public eye. So, it's a tough one, Dave. Some of it makes sense, but what do you think? Are you swayed by some of this argument?
I don't know. I think some of it lines. I mean, whether it's coincidence or not, a lot of what they've put together here is quite a convincing argument, I would say. You can't look at all that data and not say, well, at least some of that potentially suggests that he is, because there's a lot of information there, isn't there? There's a lot of reasons why it could be him. But again, it's really interesting. I don't know, but I think probably I agree with you that it's more than likely probably going to be a group of people. Than maybe just someone on their own. Maybe, I mean, there's probably a possibility that he was in that group. Yeah,
he may not have been Satoshi himself, but he may have been close to the source when it started surfacing. Because it's given one of those, isn't it? I mean, if you're working in technology, in in and around sort of California and San Francisco, you're probably likely to hear a lot of things before the rest of the world does. And whether he was just not Satoshi per se, but just a very, very early adopter, which some of this indicates that he probably was a very, very early adopter of it. So he may well have been part of the Satoshi group, possibly after the initial launch.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting, but again, you know, he's never going to say that he is. But you know, you can arguments for stuff like this is very interesting. Now, it would be interesting if it is a group of people and one of them eventually cracks, and then one of them comes out and, you know, says exactly what happened. I think it's in the best interest of Bitcoin and obviously the industry that no one ever does that, because then, you know, a massive amount of uncertainty around the wallet, stuff like that comes around, doesn't it? But yeah, very, very interesting. And if anyone has got their own opinions, do drop them in the chat now. Who do you think Satoshi would be if you had to, you know, if you had to give one name or maybe a group of names or whatever? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, this is a very interesting thing. Obviously, we covered yesterday.
And I think an interesting element of it potentially is as well is, I know he doesn't have Twitter anymore, but if Twitter was under his watch moving into the world of crypto, this probably indicates that he wouldn't try and create his own chain or own token. He'd try and integrate one that was already built, potentially even integrate Bitcoin into a platform. So it might be an interesting one to look out for.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's interesting, isn't it, that where did I see it? I think was it 2014 that Square, what was it? Oh yeah, Square announced Bitcoin in 2014. I think it's interesting maybe that, you know, if he is, that he never done anything like that with Twitter. I think that's, you know, maybe one interesting thing is that never really done anything with Twitter. But then again, you know, probably you would just be sitting back and want everything to happen naturally, wouldn't you? And just sort of watch what happens with it across the world. But yeah, I think maybe that's one interesting thing is that never really anything happened at all with Twitter. Or did it? Was it when Elon thing goes, or was it before that they got the Bitcoin payment addresses into people's profiles? Maybe they did. I can't remember. Because at the time, wasn't there, when you could send, I don't know if you still can, but you could, like, people could put a Bitcoin address and I think an Ethereum address, I think it was. Or maybe it was just a Bitcoin address and you could tip people on Twitter. Like, they'd have like I can't remember. Does anyone know in the chat? Maybe SMFC, maybe you remember that, I don't know. But I'm sure there was a time, and I can't remember if it was before or after Twitter got sold, where people could put a wallet address in and you could tip them in crypto. I'm sure that's true. I vaguely remember it, and I think it was Bitcoin, and I think it might have been ETH as well. I can't remember. But yeah, there we go. This is quite interesting. Did you see, while we're just obviously looking on Twitter, did you see Brian Armstrong's post about meme coins the other day?
I did, yeah. It's I don't think it's surprising. I think obviously they're stuck in a bit of a situation, aren't they? In the fact that obviously they have a duty of care in terms of what they list, but also that sort of free market ethos. There's also the element of, I guess, from an exchange perspective, is they don't want to get left behind. If they decide not to list something that ends up doing quite well and doing good volume, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because they miss out on the fees and they get accused of not offering it to investors, etc. And then if they then end up getting pressured into investors, they're on that sort of back end when stuff's beginning to dump. But it's an interesting one, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting thing with Coinbase, it's always the last to list things, isn't it? Because of obviously the position they find themselves in with being a public company, obviously being in the US, they're always the last to list things. I mean, if we'll go and look back at,
you know, just how late they've listed some meme coins. So say what got listed recently was PopCat, weren't it? There's been a few others as well. If anyone else can remember in the chat, let us know.
I think Pengu was. They only did Pengu recently.
Yeah, like I think this was it here. Maybe caused this spike here, or I think it was this because that looks like a pretty big daily candle. Maybe it might have been this one. I'm not sure, but you know, like literally, like how long has PopCat been trading now? You know, I imagine it's been listed on. I imagine probably around here. Maybe was when it got listed on Binance. I'm not too sure. I'd have to go and check. But you know, it's gone all the way up here. You know, did a massive rally, bled all the way down, and then this is at the point where Coinbase lists PopCat. They're just like kind of late to the party, aren't they? All the time because of obviously, I imagine that their sort of way that they have to list tokens is a lot more in depth than, you know, just any exchange just listing what they want. But yeah, obviously, you know, they don't want to get left behind and they don't want to be sort of seen as maybe an anti-meme platform. But yeah, they are very late to the party on memes all the time. But yeah, I think the whole thing is just pretty crazy, isn't it? And I think the thing with memes is now that obviously Trump has launched one and Melania's launched one, unless they are just evidence of being an outright scam, how do you kind of regulate them without then bringing them into it? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the interesting thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
People have performed a scam with what specifically Melania. You know, Trump's still at a high market cap. You know, Trump's probably. Let's go and see what Trump is. But you know, how do you then sort of read between the lines of, say, a different token being a scam, unless it literally just goes like that, like Libra did, you know, then how is, say, Melania not a scam? Do you know what I mean? So if we look at Trump, I imagine. So, but yeah, it's still got 3.5 billion market cap. Is that fully diluted or not? No, just normal, not even fully diluted. So still a very large coin, but then you look at Melania, how is that different to maybe, say, Libra or something, apart from the fact that just got rubbed on day one? So yeah, interesting, and it'd be interesting to see how maybe they do connect the dots, because obviously David Sachs says that the collectibles, doesn't he? Meme coins. So then how did he sort of build legislation to actually prosecute people that do launch rug pulls and scams? Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
for the future.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, technically it's still fraud, and I think a lot of these people, whilst under the impression that it's the Wild West and they can do what they want, will eventually find out that whilst parts of it are the Wild West, what they do engage in is still fraud and is still illegal. I know certainly the impression that meme coins are lawless, yes, for the large part, but insider trading is still illegal, and a lot of these are under current legislation classed as a security, and so it is a criminal offence. And I think people will eventually face some retribution for some of their actions.
Yeah, I think so, because I think at the moment, really, what's stopping just anyone doing it now? You know, people that have looked at what other people have done and think, well, I could do that. I think mainly the main thing that's just stopping people now is, one, the reputation, and two is obviously, you know, the onslaught that they get afterwards. Apart from that, there is literally no deterrent from anyone with a large following just launching their own coin, pumping it, and shitting on everyone with it. Apart from like people's own morals, and maybe if they're worried about the kickback from it, there's literally nothing stopping anyone from just trying to milk this market for as much money as they can.
Yeah.
Which, if people are continually putting the money into these things, you could just say that is also kind of natural selection. Like, we've all seen how these things go now. You know, all these celebrity or high profile person meme coins, apart from Trump, they're absolutely all shite. You know, you look at Mother. I couldn't believe it when I looked at Mother.
That's bad. It's just bled.
7 million market cap.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I see. I can hear you putting your foot in the same. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I see Mother the other day. Like, let's go and have a look at it. See, I imagine it's probably pumped. Sundog had a little bit of an extension yesterday as well, didn't it? I'm so mad that I didn't take a chance on this, you know.
Yeah, I shorted it yesterday and I got stopped out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's like let it just do its thing, hasn't he? And then he's probably bought obviously a decent amount in here, and then he fully well knew what was going to happen when he tweeted that out.
Crazy,
as soon
isn't
as he tweeted that out, he knew what was going to happen. Yeah, but maybe this is one that does get a revival. You know, if he's going to put full focus on Tron memes again.
Yeah, well, it's a liquidity driver, isn't it? And I think every chain, regardless of what we said about memes, is every chain will have that sort of flagship meme that brings volume over. And I think he sees Sundog as that. Same way that Brett is essentially the base de facto one.
Yeah, what would you say is Solana's?
Ooh, apart from Soul Season,
I mean, I suppose. Yeah, Soul Season. I suppose
it's Trump.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably Trump or probably. I don't know what ones are on, and obviously like Popcat and stuff is on Solana, isn't it?
Yeah,
maybe Whiff, but I mean Whiff is you don't really want that being your flagship meme at the moment, do you?
No, I think Trump is probably the flagship meme. It's probably the biggest, certainly the biggest in terms of market cap. Oh, Bonk, yes, Bonk is a very good one. Although that's been absolutely bonked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is Ethereum's?
Oh.
Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe, but SPX probably could give it a run.
Oh yeah, SPX. Yeah, I think isn't SPX split onto 2 chains? Or am I wrong on that?
It could well be.
Maybe Scottish Crypto knows something about that. Is it singularly on ETH? But I think it might have been split across 2 chains. I feel like. Fartcoin, that is definitely not the flagship of of Solana. XRP is moving, is it? I didn't think it was moving. I suppose it's it's had a bit of a thing on the 1 hour.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at my 3-drive pattern. What's that?
Floki as well, you could argue. Mind you, that's on BNB as well.
Yeah, I'm still looking at my 3-drive pattern for XRP. I think one more push up towards $4, and then we potentially see the rotation out of it. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. But looks like a pretty standard 3-drive pattern. I don't know. Could be wrong though. Don't quote me on it. But I've had this drew out for quite a number of weeks now, so see if it happens. Doge. Well, Doge is its own chain, isn't it? So Doge is sort of just Doge on its own. It's its own chain. In saying that, I don't know. To buy Dogecoin, do they have tokens on Ethereum as well? Or
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Does anyone know? I was going to say, imagine they probably do, because where would have everyone bought it back in the early days? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's BSC as well, isn't it?
I'm not too sure. I wonder if there's a site to see all this stuff.
Well, it's on BSC Scan.
It tells you what it trades on.
Yeah, it's on BSC Scan, and obviously the contract address is OX.
Yeah, so I imagine it's on ETH as well. Scottish Crypto bought his Doge on ETH. Look at this. Short Video Guru says he bought 96,000 Dogecoin in 2013 for 30 quid, and then he lost the hard drive. So what would that be worth now? What's it at? 25 cents. So that would be worth nearly around 25 grand.
Yeah, $25,000. Nice.
Yeah. And Doge's one, I think, is itself up for its next leg higher, I think. Doge is setting itself up for the next leg higher. What do you think, Wizzo?
Yeah, it's a good point of consolidation, isn't it? It's it'd be interesting because obviously Doge is in the news around Elon Musk, etc. But it's not had that second run up yet after that post-election run up. So you've got a brilliantly ambitious drawing on there, Dave.
Yeah, let's go with it. I think the main thing probably is going to be the ETFs in it with this. I imagine is going to be the driver of much with like probably a lot of them as well. You know, this year we could see a host of ETFs come in, couldn't we? We could see Doge, Sol, XRP, maybe a few others. We could see quite a few ETFs come in this year. So we'll have to see. But Doge, then, you know, I think that would then solidify really the resurgence in memes. If that starts to get a big rally, you know, back towards $50 and above, back towards its all-time high, we could see memes go absolutely crazy again. But Short Video Guru saying his Doge was worth 89k at the peak. So I'm guessing that was in 2021. Off 30 quid as well. So, yeah. Sorry about that, mate. But I suppose there's nothing you can do, is there?
It is what it is.
He's having a good day today.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Breaking out of this symmetrical triangle. That we had, obviously, compression coming in. And then, obviously, the Bitcoin strength has allowed it to break out. All eyes on looking at this sort of region for me now. That will be, the decider if we go higher or not.
Agree. Agree. And hopefully we get some news. I think on the subject of ETFs, I think the big ETF and the one that could certainly completely change the game is Ethereum staking.
Yeah.
Because an ETH staking would essentially turn it from almost sort of this speculative asset to an income generating asset, particularly if it's generating about 6 or 7% a year. You then open it up to a different type of institutional investor, ideally sort of as an income generating asset on top of obviously the capital gains you'd get. The income then opens it up to potential exposure from things like pension funds, infrastructure funds, and those elements. That sort of money where it's like to be kept at low risk for an income, and that would be massive because that's where huge amounts of money sit in there, huge amounts. You go to pension funds and that is levels of assets that dwarf the entire crypto market cap. Once you get into those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that could really change the game for ETH, couldn't it? And I imagine it would give it quite the giga candle as well, you know, upon that being announced. So, but if we look at Bitcoin on the 3-day liquidity, we have took this nice little chunk out yesterday. We did look at this on stream yesterday as well, but we have took that out now. Now, if we go and say, look at the 2-week, what have we got coming up next? Let's see. Yeah, to the upside, we are chewing through that liquidity. Come on. It's taking a bit of a time to load here. So we took that out. Was that today? 21st, yeah. So that was this morning. We took this big chunk out here. But as you can see, really, you know, the immediate liquidity now is pretty much just straight to the upside. You know, we've got a bit of a void here. Then we've obviously got some building here now, but if we look, pretty much all the decent amounts of liquidity is just in one straight line upwards. If we have a look at the month, we are coming into that real big chunk now on the month here. That's up towards 101k, that big nice chunk there. So we'll see. Looks like potentially the party might continue. As long as this momentum continues, we may be going hunting for this liquidity up at 101k. That is a real nice chunk there. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, the momentum's strong, and obviously we are breaking out now. So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, really nice, strong move on Bitcoin. If we could get a tap of 100k while on stream, that would be very nice as well. I think the main thing is we need to see some Solana strength. Like, I don't know about you, but some of my Solana memes have obviously already bounced back pretty decent, and Solana's really yet to get going. You know, if we can get back up towards $200, this is going to give pretty much anything tied to Solana, you know, a real good kick up the arse. But already, as we see that, you know, Solana coins, whether it be memes or just altcoins tied to it, are already getting a decent bounce without Solana doing really anything significant yet. I think, yeah, it'd be nice to see it trade back in towards $200, but we will see. And then I suppose then we could say, is Sol season back on?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think we need some. I still think we need a big impulse for that, and I think we need to, for Solana certainly. I think we need to navigate these potential unlocks. I think obviously we saw a big sell-off in anticipation of some of these unlocks, but there's a wait to see into how much that is, and whether this potentially on a wider play is whether that's some of these big players who are trying to get the price to a more attractive level before said unlocks. Yeah,
potentially. I mean, one keeping a close eye on now is Litecoin. Litecoin obviously been in really nice consolidation since late November, early December, and potentially looking to break out here. It's towards the top of the range now, going in with strength as well. So as long as the market keeps up, this could be its highest daily close since February 2022. So 3 years. Over 3 years, it could be its highest daily close for. I think this one is probably one, it does just get an absolute ripper of a move soon. And another one that would then, you know, if it has the bulk of its move early on, provide decent rotation liquidity then for smaller ones. But yeah, I mean, where would we be looking on this? So that's where it is at the moment. Help me pick out a nice little level here, Wiz. Where would we be? That's probably...
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one.
Probably around there, innit? Is probably first stop. And then above there, probably moving up towards there. This bit here. That was sort of SR region there. You know, support, flip to resistance. Really nice daily closes around that level. So yeah, potentially expansion coming for Litecoin. We'll see what happens, but yeah, pretty much everything just depends upon Bitcoin keeping doing its thing. If the arse falls out of Bitcoin, all this is for nothing. Just hope and pray that it's time. Is it time? We'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to see if it's time. Money really says when Fartcoin ETF. Oh god. I imagine the US-based blue chip alts will get ETFs, especially those Trump has been buying. Ones like, well, what US-based? Oh, so, well, US-based ones. You've got the XRP, XLM, Algo, HBAR. What other ones are US-based?
Say it's US-based.
Say he's US-based.
Say he's US-based.
Most of them are based, to be honest.
Yeah, and it might be, whilst obviously the inundation of ETFs, it might be that you might not see individual ETFs for some of those, but you may see collective ones. Yeah. And I think that's probably for me somewhere where crypto is potentially behind in the Swissborg do it quite well with the thematic stuff, but whether at some point you'll start seeing indices crypto ETFs.
Yeah,
so if you saw
definitely
like
like
RWA ones, etc.
Yeah, because I think some of them, there would just be no point, would there? There'd be no point, say, launching an individual Algorand ETF. What would be the point? Where if you put that into a basket of other ones that may, maybe with XLM and HBAR and maybe a few others, then obviously then, you give then potentially some strong demand for them. But yeah, some of them you just can't see getting them individual ones.
No.
But yeah, as like sort of a basket of products put together, you could definitely see it for sure.
Yeah. And you've also got to bear in mind, whilst it can go into an ETF, you then still have to have the actual demand and appetite for people to buy said asset.
Yeah.
And give it a lot of, whilst obviously the Bitcoin and Ethereum ones have more sort of general appeal and institutional appeal, stuff like, I don't know, like Algorand, etc. Like if you're into crypto or if Algorand's on your radar, chances are you know how to operate on a centralized exchange or a decentralized exchange. And so what benefit do you actually get from getting it in an ETF? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that, yeah. And all you have to look at it is are institutional investors going to be interested in picking that up as an individual product? Probably not, because they've already got some options, especially if XRP gets its ETF as well, and maybe and Solana or other ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting for sure. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, yeah. I think what will be interesting is to see the effects of, because obviously we've got potentially 4 years or more of this now, is the effects on it. Obviously, once the cycle tops out and then it naturally, momentum starts to fall to the downside. It's sort of if anything is implemented, that sort of makes it a lot less harsh. In my opinion, it probably doesn't matter, because I think we're probably in for a real widespread sort of crash across the stock market eventually, which will inevitably just bring down Bitcoin. But it'd be interesting to see, what effects they do in terms of, maybe give some real decent large bounces across the next bear market or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what I have looked at in terms of, so there was 2 big launches yesterday, wasn't there? Did you catch any of them? Did you get any of the Kaito airdrop for yapping?
No.
That's a really interesting one. I signed up for it. I didn't manage to get any yaps, unfortunately, but I got quite a lot of referrals. So I ended up, it was quite a tasty airdrop. I ended up with about $400 or so, which I didn't expect.
Oh, nice.
But it's a really interesting project, actually. It's one that I think will do very well. It's almost like this InfoFi. Yes, it's called Kaito.
Let's see.
And it had its airdrop and TGE yesterday, and it's held up pretty well. And look, with number 143 already, there, 1.8 billion.
Oh wow! Okay. And what was this? What's this yapping? What's this yapping?
So essentially, you link your Twitter to it, and when you tweet, if you tweet content that it classifies as like really good and engaging, it's you get awarded a yap, and it essentially measures what your mind share is on the crypto verse. So it's using tweets to train large language models to essentially provide information. But a lot of projects are using it now. A lot of projects and VCs are using it now to better target airdrops at people who are actually engaged in those communities. So they have a pre-TG and a post-TG. And I believe that projects will donate tokens to Kaito, who then airdrop them to people who tweet the most informative content about said project.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, that is quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, it pretty much launched on every single exchange, didn't it? You know, Binance, Coinbase, OKX, BitGet.
it's got some serious backing.
All of them, you know, from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, to do that, they must have had some money behind it.
Yeah, it's top 150, isn't it? So it's but you've got some big names on it, like Vitalik's on there, Brian Armstrong's on there. It's yeah, I'll send you a link to the website.
Can I click on it here?
Oh, you might be able to.
No, there's no. Oh yeah, website there.
Website, yeah.
CT leaderboard. So who's done the most yapping? Vitalik.
So yeah, so it shows your mindset share. So yeah, even CZ's on there.
Yeah. Anson's on there. Oh yeah, Brian Armstrong. Beanie. Stats. Follow him. He's good. Yeah, that's very interesting, isn't it?
And you've got different. So if you go on pre-TG Arena, it's a good way as well as seeing what projects are trending sort of naturally.
Yeah.
So you go on, yeah, you've got Abstract Monad, which has obviously just been put into Phantom. OpenSea, Abstract, Pump.
Polymarket. This is interesting, isn't it? I mean, I suppose my first, what role does the token play in this then? What can you do with it? You just stake
so it? I assume it's A, governance, and B, they're probably given sort of the airdrop for this one. They're probably looking to use it as a way to rewards. And when I saw the tokenomics, they only released 10% of the supply to people in the airdrop. I think when I looked, it was 35% had been kept back by the team. So we may see future airdrops, and it's done in seasons. But I think, I assume there's revenue that probably comes in from companies and VCs wanting exposure to this, because it's a way to properly reward those who are actually engaged, and it's almost that move away from the old traditional KOL model and more giving to community who are potentially more engaged in each project.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this guy here. This is over the past 30 days. This Josh Rudolph. He's only got 4,248 followers, and he's number one.
Yeah, he's got 1.23% of the mind share.
This guy here, Jacob Phillips, only 6.8k followers, and they're in the top 3 across the past 30 days. This Breg guy.
Yeah, you've got AI agents in here as well. So you've got AI XBT.
Yeah, so I wonder how many tokens these guys got then.
I know that some people got a lot. You know, Ansem, he got
like this Breg guy would have got a lot. Did he?
Yeah, he sold it all though. He sold 100% of it, but there was a bit of beef as well. Yeah, I think he got about sort of 200k or something. I think. Wow. But there was a bit of beef on it.
It's not bad. I mean, oh, what happened?
So I saw a little bit of beef between Jesse Base Eth, Jesse Pollitt. Oh, yeah, it was him and a KOL. A KOL had sort of said that about how he'd sold his airdrop, and that caused a little bit of a back and forth, and it's almost raised that question of like, what do you do with airdrops, etc. But I think, to be honest, people have the right to sell an airdrop. At the end of the day, that if you don't want your tokens to be sold, you don't airdrop.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you're giving free money, aren't you? Like, I've straight away when I've claimed Pengu, what was the one? There was one there was one like at the back end of, not last year, the year before. What other airdrops up? Dupe? Whatever that one was, I can't remember what it was called. Was it Mew or something like that? I can't remember. Or Win? Or I can't remember what it was. There was another airdrop. It was like at the end of 2023. I've sold all of them straight away. Obviously, I've not got any sort of size like these guys will have got on this for airdrops. But if I got airdrop 200k of free money, that would be going straight out.
Yeah, exactly.
Into stable or Sol or something like that. I wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah, it was quite funny actually. There was so they do it for different projects, and it sort of shows like where sort of the center of attention is for different projects. And I was looking through the Polkadot one, and our friend Mr. Moonmore was on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think
he's not 0.38% of the 0.38% of the mindshare for Polkadot.
He must be one of the biggest Polkadot KOLs now.
Yeah, although where it has where it sort of says casual versus hardcore and shitposter versus curator. Yeah. Chad Moonmore is apparently, according to this, a 100% shitposter.
Yeah, I think that probably is true, though, isn't it?
But it's quite interesting. And essentially that sort of copy pasta versus creator. It's almost a way of assessing the actual quality of your content. It'd be interesting to see how this evolves. I think certainly now they've got the airdrop, it'll be really interesting to see how this is used going forward, particularly sort of by projects.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? I wonder if so how long was this monitored for in terms of like how long you had to be yapping?
I think it went live before Christmas, and the airdrop snapshot was done earlier this week.
I'm guessing you had to be signed up.
So you link your X account
for it, or do you?
Yeah, you link your X account once, and then it's linked forever. Yeah, so you essentially sign up, and basically you sign up, and it's I think it says that it doesn't have access to your Twitter. Basically, you just sign up to prove that it's your account, and then it will just monitor it from outside of your permissions. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a new approach.
I wonder if the Stonksy account's got an airdrop.
Have you linked it?
No.
That might be. It might be one. It might be one to link for. I think there'll be a second airdrop anyway. I think that'll be the way that they do it going forwards. But yeah, it's interesting. Particularly sort of that pre-TG arena is quite an interesting one to look out for, because I imagine there'll be a lot of people now who might look to farm that. So if you come on and you see it, it's and it's quite difficult to farm. It's really, really difficult to earn yaps. They're quite rare.
Right.
So yeah, so it's an interesting one. Certainly one to keep a closer eye on. That was a big launch, and that one was a successful launch yesterday. Did you see the unsuccessful one yesterday? Pi.
Yes. So, this one, I think a lot of people are quite unsure, aren't they, on how you actually even send it out into an exchange.
Yeah, my sister's partner had a real issue. It refused to let him KYC to get his tokens out, but that's just mad, isn't it? I'm I'm kicking myself because I opened up MEXC and saw it at $2 and thought this is primed for a short. I didn't have the heart to do it. Obviously, my sister's partner had a huge amount of this. He's been mining it for about a decade or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. It's
look at the market cap of it, and look at the FDV.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's that supply element. It was, and that's to think that that's after it launched. So I don't think it ever traded at that. But if you get it up on the Bitmart chart, apparently on the 17th of February, it was trading at $195. Which,
yeah. Yeah, literally, where you looked at it was actually the Pico top, weren't it?
Yeah, it was some mega candles. It was just sort of pump. And then it was just, the minute people could get their tokens onto the exchange. I never saw where the buy pressure was going to come from.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is destined to dwindle down, and it might get. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. But I mean, with only 6% of the circulating supply, there is a huge amount of tokens to be released on this. What did they? To be fair, they got some decent exchanges, didn't they, from the off? Okay. Okay.
There was a bit of a public spat. I was looking at on X with Bybit, because Bybit refused to list it because they called it a scam, and so all of these, because the community for this is massive. I assume because it's an Indian project, it's popular in sort of in that part of the world. But I mean, the X account has like 3 million followers or something, which I don't know what to read into that, given Dop had 1 million. But
yeah, I mean, it sounds a bit rich, doesn't it? Bybit saying, "Oh, that's a scam." Let's have a look at the shit that Bybit's listed probably over the past couple months.
Yeah.
You know, how many meme coins have been listed on Bybit over the past couple months that have literally just been listed, pumped, and then just died? So I think it's a bit interesting to just call something the scam and then have all absolute shite listed constantly. But there we go. I mean, maybe there is something. Maybe there's something behind the tokenomics or something that make it like really bad in the long term. Maybe for when tokens are released, in terms of who gets them, I don't know. But yeah, that's the interesting one for sure. Yeah, and I don't know. Like a lot of people are having issues with obviously sending it out of wherever they were mined. So does anyone actually know how you do that yet?
Not a clue. It's crazy, isn't it? But I think it was always going to happen when you've got something that is free to earn. And I just never saw who was going to buy it, especially not at that valuation. Like, we've seen some mad valuations, right? But I don't even know what this thing does or what the use case is. And even the circulating market cap, 4 billion, is mad.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, that puts it like above Trump at the moment. I mean, let's see where. I mean, that obviously I think it's self-reported, isn't it? It's not verified.
And 66 billion FDV. I mean, that's a valuation that puts it. That would be one of the biggest on the FTSE 100, if not the biggest.
Yeah, I mean that puts it literally. So that would put it 28th above Monero if that market cap was right.
It's mad, isn't it? And that is crazy.
Pepe puts it above Arte, puts it above ICP. Yeah, puts it above Trump. Puts it above loads. Puts it above Polygon. Crazy, but yeah. For those of you that are looking to maybe try and get that out of that wallet and stuff to get it into an exchange, I have no idea. So I do apologize about that, but yeah, I have no idea. Save with Crypto is asking, how was Paris?
Paris was a lot of fun. yeah, I had quite a nice time. It was interesting because I mean NFTs and art aren't particularly my thing, but yeah, some of the parties and stuff were really good. Met some nice people there, and yeah, I did a lot of filming. It was the first time meeting David Gersh, you know, the meth guy.
Oh yes, yeah.
He's a character. Um, um,
I imagine he is.
you know what? I got on really well with him. He was one of those people that I think I'd sort of seen online, but like meeting him in person, he's as nuts on in person as he is online, and he's mad creative. I think he'd had a career in television before before obviously going into crypto. So filming etc. was he was like the Steven Spielberg of meme coin filming. So we filmed some crazy stuff. I think we filmed a trailer for MemeCon and various other bits that I think once he edits will go out. But yeah, it should be quite funny when it does. Yeah, Paris, I can't say a bad word. I mean, I don't particularly like Paris as a city, but yeah, I had a great time.
No, I never liked it when I went either. Did not enjoy it one bit. But do you did you have a few messy nights there, or how did it go down?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't totally wild, but yeah, we had some. What did we do? So we had quite a heavy night. We ended up in a karaoke bar near the Moulin Rouge, which was quite amusing actually. Everyone got up and belted out a song or two, including Mr. Wiz. So I got up and I gave, what did I sing? I sang Britney Spears' "Toxic."
Oh yes,
it's a tune, isn't it?
What a tune! Oh yes, Wiz. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Yeah, what a trip, and I look forward to. So I seen before. Let's pull it up. I think Zebu have got a new event for this year.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, big venue.
Save the date, 21st to 22nd of October. It's far away at the moment, but honestly, it'll come around, won't it? It will. And that, you know what, that could be really like, you know, if obviously this cycle plays out exactly like other cycles, that could be around close to like the peak of the market. Like, can you imagine the feeling around it? Yeah, here it is. Apparently, a sneak
Tobacco
peek.
Duck.
It is the tobacco. Yeah. Let's have a look at it, because obviously, for those of you that haven't been, Zebu is a great event, absolutely fantastic, and I'll definitely be there again this year. Will you be coming along with?
Yeah, 100%. It's a great chance to meet people, and it's where me and you met for the first time, isn't it, Dave? In person.
Yeah. It's a fantastic.
We launched Celine Dion, didn't we? In a karaoke bar in Greenwich.
Yeah. It was a good time. Maybe we'll do something similar this year. But yeah, looking forward to it. Be a really good event that again. And yeah, it's always good, because I don't think there's really too many crypto events in the UK, is there?
No, it's what have you got? So you've got
Cebu's definitely the biggest one, I think.
Yeah, I did London Blockchain Week, and that was very that's more aimed at VCs and suits. You don't really have many of those, but yeah, there's a few that are on my radar that I'm looking to do abroad this year. I think I'm doing or looking to do Solana Crossroads in Istanbul in April.
And okay.
I'm toying with the idea of whether or not we throw a Soul Season party there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So potentially like a nice rooftop somewhere in Istanbul, doing a sunset party could be something I'm interested in. But more on that to come if we decide to do it. And then that's just before Token 2049. I don't know if you're looking at Token 2049, Dave.
Which one's this?
Token 2049 is the one in Dubai.
Oh, that's is it the end of March? Is it
end of April?
End of April. No, I've not. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm looking at that now.
And then what else? I think, to be honest, after Paris, I really liked. I've been talked into doing NFC Lisbon at the start of June. That should be quite good. I think the NFC ones and the NFT ones are quite good because they seem to be a bit more fun. It's less sort of about putting farming on a blockchain and more just like, this is degenerate, this is memes, this is whatever, and it's a bit more fun.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, I would like to do actually this year because I never went last year. Is when is the UK Solana Hacker House?
That's a good question.
Let's see, because I would like to go to this because I didn't go last year. Let's have a look.
Events Solana.
This will be one that I will definitely plan. So
that's co-working.
Where are the hacker houses? That's great. Oh, break points all the way in December.
Breakpoint. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
Doesn't look like me. Are they not doing any really this year then? There doesn't seem to be any hacker houses here. Or is this not where it's advertised, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't do the one last year, did you?
No, I didn't. It doesn't seem to be any hacker houses listed. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, upcoming ones on Luma.
No, maybe they've not announced it. But I will definitely. What's this Hacker House London? I tell you what, if they put another Hacker House on this year, I'll definitely go.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah. But we've got Dan in the chat saying you need to send Pi from the wallet to an exchange. Yeah, I think some people, but you need to have completed KYC first. So I'm guessing maybe you need to KYC on the Pi app. I think some people were saying that there was some issues with depositing or whatever. But I'm going to go to the toilet anyway because we've got 10 minutes before stock market open. Do you want a couple minutes, mate, to do something?
Yeah.
All right, just turn your camera off. Guys, we'll be back in a second. Just going to the toilet before, and then we'll watch US Open all together. In the meantime, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and with these couple of minutes, do sign up to BLOFIN. The link is in the description, the first link. I'll put the link in the chat as well now. It takes under a minute to sign up, so you'll be able to sign up, create your account, and be on there by the time we get back. I assure you of that. Do make sure you click that. It's the best overall exchange and non-KYC exchange out there. And we will be back in just a few minutes. Right, I am back. Has he gone to log off again? Who's that, mate? Now, me and we're just having a couple minutes before US Open. I needed the toilet, and I think Wiz did as well. Be back on camera in a second. Do not worry. But yeah, what's the poll on? I put a poll in the chat. Let's see. For US Open predictions. Uh, 57% of people think we go up. So we was right yesterday, weren't we? Let's see if we're right again today.
Oh, what are we saying, Dave? Then are we long or short on the Open?
I think it looks like we might get a bit of a flush, mightn't it? Maybe to trap people. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a bit annoyed. Probably, if you'd got in an hour ago, you probably could have got a nicer entry. But I might go. I might go for a short position here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got good invalidation, haven't you?
And I might do it on ETH. Although I already have a short on ETH that's not triggered yet. That is way above here. I'm going to go for a short, you know. Not financial advice. I am not a financial wizard.
Short.
And that is me in a trade, although I do need to put a stop loss in, given I'm using 20x leverage on this one.
Right. Oh yeah, we're getting a bit of a. I tell you what, there is potential for this to go a bit nasty, isn't there? Today, now, judging by that candle, there is potential. However, we are kind of just retesting, aren't we? Like the 99k region for support now. Mm-hmm. So, not really the end of the world. Like, as long as we hold here, we're not looking too bad.
What else? Is there anything up that's really juicy that could get destroyed?
Let's see. What could get destroyed? I don't know. Let's go and have a look. Right, so we got S&P loaded.
Ooh, Mavia. Can you even still trade this on BLOFIN, the best KYC, the best non-KYC exchange?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And I did. Yeah, I said that. Let me know. Anyone in the chat? Did anyone of you sign up while we were gone? Do make sure you drop a like and subscribe as well. But did anyone sign up to BLOFIN today using the link? Let me know in the chat. It'd be great to know. And who is excited for the Stonksy bot as well? For those of you that don't know what this is, maybe you're new and this is your first time viewing. This is Stonksy, the all-in-one trade indicator. You get full indicator access, Discord access, and we are on the precipice of releasing the trading bot to users now as well. It's pretty much all done. We just need to add Stonksy user, people's BLOFIN user IDs to it, and then it's ready to go. So that is looking good. I tell you what, I have been on the copy trade of it as well since yesterday, so it is all working and very good. I don't know if SMFD is still in. Oh no, I have. Yeah, I have.
You sneaky, is it? I'm looking forward to getting access to it. It should be.
Yeah, I'm a little devil.
Yeah. How have you found it? Has it executed many trades?
I think it's done a handful. Yeah, I'll have to go off.
Nice.
I'll have to go.
Here he is, SMFC.
Why always using the best? What about BLOFIN? Because it is the best. Stonksy, that's why. Here we go. So SMFC says it's been on test mode, so it's firing them in. There we go. So if anyone does have any questions about the trading bot, get them in now to the chat, and SMFC will answer them. Because obviously I can only answer them so much because I'm not. I don't know the the details and the intricacies about it, but SMFC obviously does. So do make sure you get your questions in the chat about the bot if you want to know the answer to anything, I suppose. It says it's been in test mode. It's all about the volume right now. So there we go.
So I've fired in
on the weekend. Anyway, have you?
What am I up to this week? What am I up to this weekend? That's a good question. Probably catching up on a lot of stuff that I've been neglecting this week, work-wise, and probably a little bit of trading. I'm away next weekend. I can't say too much, but I'm a surprise do. Next weekend. I don't think he's watching this, but yes, I'm in London next weekend, so I'm hoping I can make some nice money to pay for a nice weekend in London. Hopefully on the crypto side. The stocks have been doing well, but I've not been the memes and the crypto is still trying to bubble away.
Yeah, well, that'll be mega. Enjoy it. Got Mike Munn saying, "Sent my details. Looking forward to the bot." Yeah. Matt says, "Glad you're taking your time to fix the bugs before the bot goes live. No rush." We got Scotty saying, "Hi Dave, just got in. He's Stonksy, but gonna have a tutorial video." We won't really need a tutorial video for it, to be honest, because all you do is you'll just be onboarded to the copy trading, and then you don't need to do anything to it. The bot is connected to copy trade, so all you'll do is follow. I think SMFC will be able to say exactly what happens, but we've obviously collected everyone's user IDs that have given us them so far. Then I think that will automatically grant you access because the copy trade's obviously locked, so only Stonksy users get on it. And then I think you just have to go on, click copy, because you'll have permission to follow it.
Ooh, and then SMFC is a man after my own heart. Sorry, I interrupted you there, Dave. I was going to say SMFC is a man after my own heart. I do quite like natural gas. I might have to check that one out. I found Stonksy's quite good on commodities.
Yeah.
It's
I think I've not looked into it myself, but it seems SMFC is looking out towards other asset classes. And we are open. And we are getting absolutely pummeled. The S&P 500 is getting pummeled as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Wow. We are getting... Oh. Ring the bell. I've already done the bell. Done it. Oh, mate. Can you imagine the stink if just like this whole move gets reversed?
I mean, given I'm short on it, I wouldn't be too unhappy about that one.
Math says down and straight back up. Can you imagine? That was wrong bell. Yonksy, how many beers have you had? What do you mean that was the wrong bell? I've only got one bell. I think Yonksy, you must have had quite a few beers. Are you enjoying yourself this Friday night out in Thailand? I've only got one bell, and that was the one I rang. It's right here. I don't know if you can maybe you can't see it because of the background. We've got SMFC saying Stonksy bot is in an accidental triple short position short. Was that before it went down? Because if it did, that's good, I suppose. Yeah, not looking amazing, is it? It's not looking amazing, Bitcoin on this open. It's in. There you go. So for anyone wanting to know, it's in profit in all three positions that the Stonksy bot is in at the moment. There we go. If you do want to obviously get access to the trading bot, it is part of the Stonksy subscription. So you don't, and existing users don't have to pay any more to get it. Everything that we do at Stonksy is all part of the price. So I'll put the link in the chat now. It's also the second link in the description. You get full indicator access, Discord access, and access to the trading bot. Now, Wiz, I tried to tag you in a Stonksy Discord before, but I don't think you're in it, are you?
No, I'm not in the Stonksy Discord. No, I think we I think because I'm CSE, isn't it? I think the two got separated.
No, you're able to get in it. I'll send you the thing,
Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic. Why? What did you try?
Details over. Oh. I tried to tag you, when I was just putting in that I was live.
Okay.
There you go. It's over on Telegram for you, my mate.
Thank you very much.
Get back in there. You might not even need the one-time password, actually, because you've been in it before. You might just have to...
No, I think I need to... I think I need to do it. Here we are, start verification.
Yonksy is short on Trump and Melania, so he's short in POTUS and FLOTUS. Maybe that was the trap. Maybe that was the trap on US Open and the flush out, and then we're going to rally back to the upside throughout the session. Let's hope so, anyway. Let's hope that is the case. Not to go against the Stonksy bot or Wiz, but I want my bags to carry on going up.
Is that so?
Hey, Wiz.
Yeah.
Bet.
Oh, what's it doing?
36% up today. It's had an absolute resurrection, from the dead. It went all the way down to like 8 mil market cap. I think my average buy-in's like 25 mil market cap. It's all the way back up at just over 18 mil market cap now. So I'm nearly back at my entry. I took an absolute beating on it. I'm not going to lie. it's 36% up today, so not bad at all. But yeah, I was adding loads. Well, not loads, but I just kept buying around like when it kept dipping. And I bought some right near the bottom. So I'll be in a little bit of profit on that. But yeah, hoping to turn that into a nice bit of. So I need memes to resurrect it, so that follows on. But that is a nice little surprise seeing that.
Nice. I'm currently my Ethereum short I put on about 2 minutes ago. The open is 20% in a profit, which is not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Take it down to London.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh God, this is back to sort of SMFC's point about Stonksy on the commodities. I'm looking at I've not had a trade on this, but it went into on the 1 hour. It went into a short on orange juice the day before New Year's Eve, and it's captured a really nice 40% move down. For those of you who like to trade orange juice, I have dabbled in orange juice trading before.
Yeah. That is certainly nice. You cannot complain with that, can you? Where would you even trade orange juice?
So the brokerage I use has it. So I use Pepperstone to trade. I don't use it for crypto, but you can trade on crypto. They do have crypto on there, crypto trading for that one. But yeah, I use Pepperstone. It basically just integrates into TradingView, so you just trade directly in TradingView.
Interesting.
I buy mine in Tesco's.
We're getting absolutely pummeled on Bitcoin now. We are, the S&P 500 is just dragging it down. Just dragging it down. The S&P 500 is dumping, so we are getting hooked down with it.
Keep dumping, please.
I tell you could just tell, couldn't you, that this was going to happen? You could just tell that this was going to happen. Like the way that it pumped right into the open. Did the same yesterday. Pumped all the way into the open and then just completely just turded. I mean, this is a pretty aggressive sell-off, this.
I will say, in fairness, those of you who are in the Crypto Saving Expert Discord, our friend Mr. BlockPro did share some levels on Bitcoin that seems to have played out to absolute perfection.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had a level, we went slightly above it, but he had a level at 99, around 99.70. Now, I think we went 99.433 before rejecting, but that was one of the rejection levels to look at for a short.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that'll be interesting. So then, yeah, what's the next level? So we have a nice consolidation area at around 97.5. So we could see if we go back through the 98 mark, whether we go down to sort of that 97 mark and then potentially go and retest some of this bottom end of the range.
Yeah, very interesting.
Cool. Yeah, you were right about BERT.
Very. Yeah, absolutely flying, isn't it?
Yeah. Are some of these memes getting absolutely wrecked now? Let's have a look.
Let's see what it's done. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, because it was around like 20% up. It's getting a bit of a retrace on it, like.
I might go for a Mudeng short then.
Oh.
Because that thing hasn't really started rejecting after this Bitcoin dump yet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, 26% on 26.5% now on ETH. What was I going to short? Did we say Mudeng? Mudeng. You know what? I can't believe this thing's still on exchanges.
I know, that's what, it's unbelievable. Like, I don't even know why it got listed on Binance. That's what catalyzed the whole move. You know, that like resurrected it. And then it went to like 600 million. That's what it was. It got listed on Binance, and that's what lit the match.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? I do like shorting. I always feel like the Grim Reaper. Yeah, I mean, I think as BlockPro was saying, it takes longer to go up than it does to go down.
Yeah.
So you can have like months worth of gains wiped out in 3 daily candles.
Yeah. Look at it. What a call this was by Stonksy on the 1 minute. That's a monster call, isn't it? On the one for a scalp.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the Stonksy bot, then, does it operate on what time frames does it operate on?
SMFC, are you on hand? I imagine it's absolutely printed. Let me go and see if I can load up my BLOFIN account. Yeah, but SMFC is hopefully on hand to answer any of these. What we'll do when it's fully functional and stuff like that as well, we'll get him on. We'll get him on stream. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be lots of fun. So
yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, it actually went short at 99,000.
Oh, it's a great
it went
call.
Short at 99,120, then went short again at 98,823, and then went short again at 98,796. So it's in profit on all of them. But I think they're all still open, I think.
Right, I've just closed my Ethereum short.
Yeah, I think this is probably prime chance now to really trap some people. We need the S&P 500 to reverse and bounce. If that bounces, this would probably rip up hard again, I imagine. So here we go. So it can be operated on whatever we want. We'll start nice and easy on the 1 hour. Yeah, we'll. I assume probably we'll just let it feel itself out, and then I suppose SMFC can command it to do really whatever we want. I suppose, can't you? Whatever time frames and stuff like that. Should be great. Pretty much, we just got SMFC. He's like the puppet master. He'll just tell the bot to do whatever he wants. So the bot will do whatever he says. So yeah, it should be fun now. It should be fun.
Can't wait to see how it goes. Yeah, dump a few thousand into it and see how quickly it can build me up a nice pot of fun coupons.
Yeah, that's what we want, isn't it? It's what we need. But yeah, I think should maybe get a nice squeeze on Bitcoin for me as long as the S&P starts behaving. Let's check out what other coins are doing what. Oh yeah, nice little squeeze back up there. ETH. Let's go back to a single view. Block Inc. isn't behaving. So yeah, ETH, obviously, everything. I imagine everything probably looks very similar, but let's have a little flick through the watch list, shall we? XRP. What have we got going on? Yeah, still hanging around. I imagine everything probably looks similar. Sol, what's interesting about Sol, it's kind of, do you know what Sol looks like, mate? And I was looking at, it's in a channel, but it also kind of looks like a kind of like a rising wedge, doesn't it?
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Oh.
I would probably say it's more of a channel than a wedge, but I suppose maybe you could, if you wanted to really bend it, you suppose you could you could form it into a wedge. Oh, Block. Oh, right. The actual company Block, it's down 12.5% on missed earnings. So yeah, Jack Dorsey's firm. Code Crypto Fitness says, can we add more funds to the bot whenever we want? You can. You just add it via transfer. So you just transfer funds from obviously like your funding account, your spot account, futures account, whatever, into your copy trade account, and then you can delegate that then onto being in the following the Stonksy bot, yeah. But yes, Solana, it's still not looking too bad.
No,
looking all right. What's BNB doing? What did you make of the whole CZ dog whole thing? What was your thoughts about that?
Just funny, isn't it? It's yeah, it's I think they're leaning into it, but he knows what he's doing. He wanted some volume on BNB, and he's lent into it and got the volume he desired. Yeah, I'm not going to complain because all of my BNB DeFi did quite well, and before Paris, I had Mantra. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, go on, carry on, mate.
And some of the BNB DeFi that I was in did really well. Did you catch Bake?
No.
Oh, that was biblical. Did you see it?
Yeah, it went up massively, didn't it?
Printed 100% candle pretty much in an hour. I just I was running over to I was running over to London Bridge Station. I just had that a couple of my boys who had they just got into crypto. One was really annoyed because he sold his Bake for like $30 profit, his Bake long for $30 profit a day before. So he faded a few hundred. So he was, I think he was quite upset about that. But yeah, it was a crazy candle. I did try and catch the short back down, but I got stopped out on it.
No, I didn't know. I didn't catch it. But I think Binance listed like 3 different broccolis, I think.
Yeah, that was another one I shorted. Yeah, without plugging it too much, Crypto Saving Expert Discord, the head honcho, Mr. Web3 Spud, said he was taking a short position on broccoli. I followed suit and printed, I think I printed about a 60 or 70% return on that one. So that was a tasty $300, not to be sniffed at.
Very nice, mate. Very nice. You do very well on the trading side of things, don't you?
I don't take many. I mean, I've incurred some nasty trades recently, but I've been trying to stay away from the market a bit recently. It's just it's a bit too volatile at times. But yeah, now that we're in sort of this ranging element, it's a little bit easier to trade in. Outside of obviously today getting double-digit green candles, which is nice if you own them on spot or on leverage. Not so nice if you don't have a position on them, unless you get some nice shorts open up. What have we got on the stock front? Yeah, it's all a bit. Do you see Palantir took an absolute pummeling yesterday?
I seen Thingio tweeted about it, didn't he? I seen. Oh God, I can't remember his name. What's his name? Jim Cramer. Cramer. He tweeted something about Palantir, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was fears that they were going to cut military spending, but that's. Mind you, that's run up really hard. I tell you what has started moving. I don't know if I think it was our friend Justin Christian that I texted on just before Christmas. There was a stock that I quite liked, this pharmaceutical stock, and that's began moving quite well. That one's RXRX. So it's Recursion Pharmaceuticals. It's like AI ML drug discovery. Not my area of expertise. I think that's probably more SMSC's area of expertise. But yeah, that was. I think I sent the text to them on around Christmas time.
Yes, it's decently up, isn't it? It's like what, around 50% up, isn't it?
Yeah. What's the other one? There was one that I caught the back end of. I didn't go in both barrels because I thought I'd missed it. But there was this Chinese stock called VNet. I think that's printed about 150% in a week.
Let's see. VNet.
Yeah, VNet Group. Yeah.
Let's see what we get. Oh wow! Oh wow! Look at that! Look at that since the start of the year. Oh, look at that by Stonksy. What a killer! Look at that.
What Stonksy caught it at about $4.
Yeah, 280% so far. So that's just shy of a 4x, isn't it? Just shy of a 4x so far. But I mean, even since the start of the year, that was around about $5, so just a bit higher at the start of the year. Incredible, yeah. I mean, that is just consistent, steady buying, that, isn't it? Kind of, the way it's moving is kind of like mantra, isn't it? Like we're just like big impulse, and then like sort of slow, steady downwards, and then big impulse, and then slow, steady downwards, big impulse, and then slow, steady down, and just like big staircase pattern.
Whoever's market making that is doing quite a good job.
Yeah, that is wild, isn't it? Let's have a look to see what Bitcoin's doing anyway. Yeah, it's still green on the hourly. Let's go down and scale down. I do favor. Let's see, as the S&P. No, so the S&P 500 took another drop. We just need this to sort of like stable out a bit. As long as that, if the S&P 500 can stabilize a bit, and even push back to the upside, but I do favor that we're probably going to push back up. We've got TMG in the house. Dave, will we pump? I think we probably do pump for the rest of the day. I think that was probably the washout, the cleanse of the market after a nice little run up. So I do hope so anyway. SMFC says, you ever watched Dirty Money? I don't think I have watched that, no. Have you watched it, mate?
I think I saw the first series. I've not seen the second one. I think there was multiple. It was on Netflix, I believe.
About short sellers exposing a big pharmaceutical scam. No, I don't think I've ever watched that. I might have to go and pay that a watch then. Sounds interesting. I love films like that. Anything to do with like a real good like sort of finance or something, storyline. Is it a fictional series, or is it like a real series? Is it like a sort of is it like a documentary, or is it like is it a fictional series?
It's a documentary, I believe. They did one on HSBC, and their links or the business they did with some of the Mexican cartels.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting.
I do like a good scam. Obviously, not being on the receiving end of it, but I do like a.
Yeah. Well, we've all been there, haven't we? So, did you end up closing out your short position?
I did. Yeah. I closed that out. I just used a trailing stop on it, so I assume the trailing stop got clipped.
Yeah.
Which I'm not too bad. It's done okay. What did it close out at? Closed out at 20, 21, 21.3%. So that's not too bad.
Very nice.
They
very
did one
nice.
on Trump too.
Ah, interesting.
Our friend Mr. Donald.
You already know that Netflix are already either planning or filming one about the whole crypto celebrity sort of scam thing. You know, that is definitely coming to Netflix at some point.
That would be good.
All they'll basically be doing is interviewing CoffeeZilla, and they'll just be like, just getting him to tell him exactly what's happened.
Or even an FTX film.
See what we're getting.
Could you imagine that one? An FTX film?
That'd be biblical, wouldn't it? I really, really hope that they're making, like, I would love it if it was a fictional series, so they just basically recreated what happened with FTX.
Yeah, or a theatrical film.
Imagine if they just did one, though, on that. Yeah, I was just saying, imagine if they just did a series on that whole year, though, just 2022, like Luna blowing up, then Celsius, BlockFi, what was the other one? It began with a V, Voyager, all went down, didn't they? And then at the end, for the big finale, FTX just blows up.
Biblical, wouldn't it? FTX, I mean, you'd have to get Jonah Hill to play him, wouldn't you? I'd say he's probably the one who looks like.
Oh yeah, it'd be absolutely hilarious. It'd be fantastic. Surely that must be on the list to create a series like that. Good. Let's have a look through anyway, see what we're getting. I think obviously most altcoins have got a similar formation. I'll tell you what, actually, TRX is kind of rolling over in it. That looks a bit different to every other one that we've seen so far.
It moves really weirdly. I must say, I don't particularly use or like Tron.
No, I've never used it.
No, I used it when it had sort of. Do you remember the couple of weeks of Tron Mania? When it was just all sort of all rage and all memes on Tron when Sundog hit. I think Sundog topped out about 100 million or something, didn't it? But that period, and the gas fees were obscene. It was like $5 or $6, I think it was, for a gas fee, which for Tron seems.
I think it went a bit nuts. I think it went to about $500 million.
Crikey.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I always just assumed that it would be like a really efficient chain. I don't know why. Like it just seemed like it would be like sort of, you know, like a Solana type of chain.
Give Guy Ritchie a call.
But yeah, Link is looking nice as well. Obviously closed the red background out from Stonksy, got into the green and pumped. And we've saw this across the whole market really with this. One to keep an eye on is Litecoin at the moment. That's looking really good. Hype. But yeah, we could flick through all down these. I'm sure a lot of them probably got a similar formation to them. AVAX looking good, nice strength.
Oh, what are we at AVAX now? I closed my long a bit too early. I got a nice long from 22.99, and I closed it out at about sort of 24.5 ish. I think was my final TP.
Yeah, you got a bit early there, haven't you?
Yeah, I know a few in the Discord took the same position. I don't know if they've left runners in, but it's a beautiful one. Here we are, Dot's
got a nice, yeah, it's running up nice. And if we go and have a look at the 4-hour chart, obviously it'll be all eyes on when it comes back into interaction with this trend line. So keep an eye out for that. Looking up towards this trend line here. That might be a nice short opportunity, or we break out a nice long opportunity. But yeah, still watching this falling wedge on Dot, and that's still open on the 4-hour on Stonksy as well, actually, all the way up from like $8.50.
Biblical short.
Yeah, very, very nice. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. Yeah, the 4 hour Bitcoin candle's not looking too good. I tell you what, that doesn't look too good at all. It's got an hour really to try and rescue that, because that does not look nice at all. So there's an hour to try and rescue this 4 hour Bitcoin candle, because doesn't look good at all, does it? So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe and follow. And yeah, if you are obviously wanting to get Stonksy, the link is in the chat, that in the description, sorry. Secondly, full indicator access, Discord access, and access to the trading bot now as well. That it will be going live once SMFC is done with the testing phase. And then, yeah, obviously sign up to BLOFIN as well. That's links in the chat. TNG says you need to get a new mic. Have you sorted your microphone yet? I have, yeah, it's right there. So yeah, big thank you to everyone who's joined. Yeah, look forward to seeing you all. I'll be obviously live for an hour on Sunday evening, and then back for next week fun set of streams. In the meantime, obviously enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you all on Sunday evening. Peace out. And for those of you that are obviously in Stonksy, I'll see you in the Discord. Wiz, big thank you for joining, mate. You can find Wiz. Let me just plug you. Let's go.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. It's been a fun one.
Let's see. Where are you? There you are. Do make sure you go and follow Wiz on X. Go and drop him a follow. Wizard of Vault. There he is. Go and drop him a follow and show him some love. But yeah, big thank you, mate. And I'll catch you all later.
Brilliant. Thank you.